Hey, what's up everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you guys for checking it out. Please hit that like and subscribe button because I would appreciate that, and it helps out the channel tremendously. So anyway, if you guys were wondering what Sony thinks about Microsoft or the Xbox Scorpio, well, it doesn't really take a genius to figure out what they're talking about when they say they're not really worried about it, right? And I will link this so you guys can check it out. They had a relations investor day, and one of Sony's higher ranking members, actually the deputy president, and I don't even know how to pronounce the first name, but the last name Kodera. He was asked whether the release of the Nintendo Switch and the upcoming Xbox console Project Scorpio is seen as a risk and could potentially lead to a loss in user base, and he said that the market will be quote-unquote activated thanks to the presence of competing consoles. While Sony will always be watchful on what its competitors are doing, they will make sure not to have any uncertainties about the positions of PlayStation as a core market presence. Basically what he's saying is they're not worried about the Nintendo Switch, and they're not worried about the Xbox Scorpio. And as well, they probably shouldn't be. The Nintendo Switch is kind of something that's appealing more and more towards I would say an everyday market, maybe even a casual type market, and then you also have the Project Scorpio, which is going to probably appeal to only an extremely hardcore market, especially if Microsoft isn't able to successfully, show off games running on it. If they're just hoping that people, by word of mouth or whatever, spread the word, that's probably not likely to work too well for them. So the fact that it looks like they've even lost marketing rights on FIFA, that could be really, really bad in the long run for Microsoft. Now, Sony also has taken to Microsoft's, you know how Microsoft doesn't announce how many consoles they've sold, right? They don't announce it. The last time they announced something was like 14 million or something like that, like years and years and years ago. So instead, they choose to announce things like how many active users they have year on year and things like that. It's gone up 3.2%, and it's just these ridiculous things, right? So that creates a little bit of friction as well, because there's going to be a situation where developers are going to be unsure as to whether to develop for Xbox consoles because they don't know how many consoles that is. So that's something that you have to kind of pay attention to as well. And also, with that being said, Sony came out and pulled a Microsoft. So Sony comes out and says, hey, we've got 68 million or whatever consoles out there, and we plan to have almost 80 million by early next year, right? And then they go, but on top of that, we've got almost 27 million PlayStation Plus subscribers, which is a little bit low in my opinion, considering, they have like 60 million consoles out there and less than half of that are actually paying. But they did say they have 70 million people actively on PlayStation Network. So I think that that's something to talk about as well. And then also the Sony CEO expects profits unseen in 20 years thanks to the PS4. So Sony President Kaz Hirai, he did a talk on the future of the company because of his confidence in electronic entertainment, and he declared Sony would see a higher profit, $4.5 billion US, which is a 73% surge over the course of the year. And this will be due in no small part to the PlayStation 4. Looks like Sony's in for some major growth from what we've gathered. The company hasn't seen profits this high in 20 years. So what's different this time? Apparently, Hirai basing his claim on the success of Sony's gaming and semiconductor business. Alongside the recovery of their television and mobile industries, Hirai forecasts major growth for gaming specifically. He says the PS4 will reach 78 million total units sold by March 2018. If that happens, it'll be much closer to surpassing the previous generation's PS3, which totaled 83.8 million. So that's pretty impressive. Like, their domination is legit. You know what I mean? Like, whether or not you like PlayStation or Sony, the fact that the PS4 has been able to do so well is very telling. And, these are direct shots at Microsoft, because Microsoft at times doesn't seem like they even look at Sony as a competitor. And then Sony's like, hey, guess what though? We're like stomping all over you. So whether you look at it as a competitor or not, we are. So Anyway, this is interesting. I will link all this stuff in the description so you guys can check it out. Let me know what you guys think. Sound off, rate, comment, subscribe. Crapgamer, out.